Oh, hi. Hello. My name's Iceblue. I am a SMRPG runner. I also speedrun Zelda games, and yeah,
I'm excited
to be here. Very excited to just showcase how cool this run is. But also one thing, Happy Pride Month, everyone. Big shout outs. Phantom, if you want to introduce yourself. Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Your votes in with your donation, support the kids, and make your voice heard. Okay, so why don't you go ahead and tell us a little bit about the run that you started?
So
this game
came out
2023.
Remake of a game that was released in 1996. It is literally my favorite game of all time. And just
the day
that they announced this remake, I cartwheeled down the stairs very safely, might I add, to pre-order it on my Switch. This run is really cool.
The
community spent a lot of time
just kind of like routing out each individual boss to make sure each strat worked perfectly fine. We have a very tight coin routing in the beginning to purchase a bunch of items when we get about halfway through the game, and everything just kind of like works out very smoothly. We did a lot of routing at AGDQ. If you saw myself and Void, if you were there, we were in the practice room just routing out like 4 or 5 bosses the entire time while we were there. It was really awesome. But yeah, I'm excited to showcase this. There was an incentive, I don't know, for choosing if I use modern music or classic music. I know that. Do we know anything?
Let me pick in on that for you right now. And Chris. Okay, we appreciate everyone's patience as we get set up. As you know, it's not a marathon unless there's a little scuff, right, y'all? Okay. Kills that. Okay, so between the two, it looks like the winner is classic.
Classic, okay. Sounds good to me. My favorite rendition of the soundtrack anyway. Let's go!
You know, fun fact, Iceblue, I have never done a Mario game.
Oh my goodness. Need to fix that.
Everyone saw my platforming skills on the opening night of the marathon. I don't think it's ever gonna happen.
SMRPG will fix you, I promise. Okay, so I'll be able to change the soundtrack in-game after I get into Bowser's Castle.
Okay, so I'd say we're ready to go then.
All right, so we're good to start.
Yeah, I would say so. Let me just check in with our team.
Phantom, are you ready?
I think so.
You think so? Okay, cool. That's good enough for me.
Okay. Would you like me to count you down then?
I could take care of it. So there's two
Okay.
difficulties in this game. The remake introduced a breezy mode, which is a little bit easier, a little bit more experience per battle, and enemies have 10% less HP. We're going to be playing in a normal difficulty, which is basically just the base Super Nintendo game with all the additional extra features. And timing starts when I select normal here. So I'm going to start in 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, so we start off immediately with a very iconic SMRPG cutscene, but this time it's in HD, so now we can actually see that Peach is not just digging worms out of the ground, she's actually picking flowers. It's a joke within the community. One of the questions at the later part of the game is what was Peach doing when she got kidnapped by Bowser? And one of the answers was digging worms from the soil. And it's just oh, okay.
It is a very nice looking game, so.
Yeah, no, they did this game an absolute justice when it came to remaking this. I think for me, me personally, this remake was a 10 out of 10. Everything that I could have ever asked for a remake of this game, it was delivered.
It really is amazing when there's a game you love and you get an updated version of it, and it just...
Alright, so thanks for all the donations selecting the soundtrack. We're going to be playing on the classic soundtrack. Alright, so you're going to see me doing a lot of jumping early on in the game here. The jumping is basically, so the way that jumps work in this game, every time Mario uses the jump ability twice, the jump power level goes up by 1. And we need to power up jump throughout the very early parts of the game, mainly for a boss fight about 20 or so, 30 or so minutes into the run. And we actually end that boss fight with a perfect set amount of damage done to Bellome. So, of course, Bowser kidnapped Peach. You know, who saw that coming, right? Alright, so the idea of this fight is to, surprisingly, not jump on Bowser. We're actually going to jump on the chain that's holding up the chandelier. And that's going to make it fall, and it's going to defeat Bowser for this fight. 2 jumps takes it out pretty easy.
Bowser really doesn't pay attention to the environment.
No, he never does. But unfortunately, Bowser is an ace at throwing hammers, and can aim these things perfectly while falling, you know, for what we know is 600 billion feet in the air. Because this is, if you just let this cutscene play, you're just falling forever, and it's kind of funny.
Never ending falling into the abyss.
Alright, so now we get another really, really nice looking cutscene. Oh, this cutscene's so good.
Also,
there's a lot
Go
of
ahead.
a lot of cutscenes throughout the game, just to kind of break up pacing. All of them are incredible. Just a matter of,
Yeah.
they are unskippable in Remake, but they also aren't very long, so it doesn't usually matter. No one really cares.
My thing is why would you want to skip them? They're gorgeous, they're cool looking. And it gives me time to, breathe.
So I have a question, if I may.
Sure.
Is this the remake of the game where you go to the castle and you're going through the different portraits to reach worlds?
No.
Or am I thinking of the wrong?
No, that is going to be the one that you're going through the different portraits. That is Super Mario 64.
Okay.
This one came out on the Super Nintendo in 1996. It was the first actual Mario RPG that was ever released. This one basically started the series of RPGs.
Toad tells you about the save block here, and you just don't touch it.
Save it? Why?
Well, for one, it autosaves almost every screen transition, so...
Yeah, another big quality of life change there for the remake is that you now have autosaves, which makes it substantially better, in my opinion, for speedrunning, just because if you mess up something, say if I mess up 100 super jumps on a later boss, I could just reload my game. Yeah, so we go to Bowser's Castle, find out that there's a nice gigantic sword sticking out of it now, and they are not too happy with our presence there, and decides that they want to just destroy the bridge, and now we can no longer enter.
I don't think I'd be too happy either if somebody put a sword through my castle.
Well, Bowser's not too happy about the renovations, which I don't blame him.
Also, chat, don't forget, if you'd like to know more about Little Warriors, type !info in chat. Thank you for tuning in, and thank you for all your support.
The cool thing about mashing here, because we do actually have to text mash a lot in this, you can actually buffer the down and up inputs during text boxes. So if there's any instances of where the game is do you want to listen to this tutorial? If you just hold down and mash the button, it'll just instantly move the cursor down, and you could skip that text box. Alright, so a little bit of precision jumping here. We're going to jump on the edge of that flower, skip the Goomba encounter, and we're going to jump up there to grab a couple flower items, because we're going to need to use the jump ability 4 times on this next boss fight coming up here. So we got Hammer Bros here.
Stop, it's hammer time.
Yep. This fight is very infamous for having 0 control over time loss, which looks like they're giving me the nicest pattern. Oh, just kidding. So this fight could go one of 2 ways. Hammer Bros have 2 attacks. They have just a regular physical attack, and then they have Hammer Time. And Hammer Time is a 1.5 second time loss each time they use it, versus a regular physical attack. And sometimes they can just do Hammer Time, Hammer Time, Hammer Time, Hammer Time, and you're just well, okay. But we got a pretty generous pattern of only 1 Hammer Time, so minimal time.
Well, I'm glad we didn't get a bunch of time loss from it, because I know that's one thing that that bugs all of us speedrunners is time loss that we...
So a little bit of menuing there. We sell all the mushrooms that Toad gave us, because we just don't need them. And we need to purchase a couple items here. So we purchased a honey syrup, which is going to restore FP, which stands for flower points. And we bought some jump shoes, which actually power up our jump ability. And that's going to be used a lot throughout the run until we need to sell it later for more money. So, get a little bit of talking here. The Chancellor is wondering why Peach isn't with Mario. We have to give him the bad news. But then we find out that Mario is just a shapeshifter who can make funny noises that are very, very, very close to how Bowser actually sounds.
You just tell him the whole story as a one-man actor.
I love the whole silent protagonists that they portrayed with this game. It's It's always funny, like, how expressive Mario gets with this. Another instance
It's definitely...
Oh, I was gonna say, another instance of holding down there to skip a tutorial.
I was gonna say, it's definitely interesting seeing all the different ways that games that have the silent protagonist find to have them interact.
So we have an introduction here to our favorite character, our best character in the game, who for some reason, well, we know the reason why, but in the Super Nintendo version, he was actually never used. Like, once you got Geno Bowser, or Peach Geno, Mallow was just benched permanently. In Remake, we do not bench Mallow ever. There's like a couple of instances where we swap him out in battle early on. But other than that, Mallow is like a permanent party member. And the reason for that is that they introduced a new like quality of life feature of this game. So you'll see like in the battle screen, there's like a little like circle with like a percentage in it, and like it's like a meter filling up. That is basically what they call the triple tech gauge. And you have a chain bonus as well. So like when you have a 2, 3, and a 5 chain, each character has like a buff that they do for the party, like innately. Like Mario's buff is that he increases the triple tech gauge filling up per attack. Mallow's is increases magic attack for the whole party. So as long as Mallow isn't, you know, unconscious, our party will do more magic damage, which jump is a magic ability. And Mallow just becomes an ultimate machine in this run because of that.
Yeah, I would just like to say that I already love Mallow. Mallow is horrible.
Yeah, Mallow's the GOAT.
Yeah, the chain bonuses for each party member are very important, and they kind of dictate who gets used the entire time.
Yeah, it's very, very important that we just have nobody, like, unconscious here. Alright, so, upon meeting Mallow, we find out that he was given a very specific frog coin to use to give to a shopkeeper so he can buy a cricket pie. Well, he got mugged by Croco here. And our goal here is to get it back. So we're gonna pick up a couple of hidden blocks here, because it's not a Mario game without hidden boxes, right?
And some of these hidden boxes are full of very expensive items.
Yeah, and the biggest change here for like the Super Nintendo run versus this run is that you cannot sell flower items anymore. In the Super Nintendo run, they would spend a lot of like time just selling like the flower tab, flower jar, flower boxes. We actually cannot sell those in this game, so we need to find another way to make money. So we're just gonna kind of strategically stand here with the star, and we're gonna take out 19 K9 there, which is very good. That means Mallow is going to level up a little bit earlier, which is nice. It saves a little bit of time on a menu.
Yeah, so with those stars, every star in the game has a number tied to it. For every enemy that Mario hits while the star is active, that he gets that amount of experience. That first block is 1. So every K9 that Mario runs into is 1 experience, which in the early game is actually quite a bit for how long it takes to level up.
Bad pattern there.
But some of the later blocks might have like 5 or 11.
Yeah, there's an instance, and we'll talk about it when we get to that instance. There's an instance of 2 stars that we get back to back. One of them's worth 11, and the other one's worth 6.
So just jumping in real quick to let everybody know that for naming the shop business does close in roughly about an hour. So please get your donation to help decide the shop. Our options are we love Little Warrior, sticker support indie game, top VG shop, and lo-fi sticker mixed. Get your votes in on that intent with your donation. Help us in the shop.
All right, very simple fight here. We just basically jumped a million times on Croco here, and just basically had Mallow use a honey syrup, which restores 10 FP. Mallow doesn't do a lot of damage right now. He's gonna come in handy a little bit, like now, starting now, because now he has, you know, a little bit extra damage, but we needed to save the FP for jumps, and we need to level up jump. But this coming up boss fight, Mallow is actually going to be using Thunderbolt quite a bit to take out like large groups of enemies. I like kind of waiting there a little bit just to give the shysters a little bit of time to like bounce out of the way so I can jump over them. Because all these encounters in here are unrunnable, and we just don't want the extra experience right now. We want our level ups to be kind of like tied together, because it saves a little bit of time when you get multiple level ups at the same time versus like separate level ups everywhere.
That way you can just kind of knock them out, bam, bam, bam.
Yep.
Yeah, Clay Morton here is pretty straightforward. There is one thing he can do that is problematic, so we'll see if he... what he decides to do here. There's part one. Okay, so as long as he doesn't do that again... okay.
And one more instance of it.
Yeah, all single target attacks, including spells, are blockable, but the AoE attacks like Flame Wall are not blockable whatsoever. So getting hit by that twice would kill Mario.
Yeah, Mario just takes a lot of damage from Flame Wall. Alright, so ideal, we got what we needed. If we had to revive Mario, it kind of slows down the fight because we have to use 2 Thunderbolts there, as opposed to just the 1 to take out, because he'll spawn a second wave of the shysters. But we're going to pick up our first star, but we have no idea what this does. Like, what are we collecting stars for? We're going to take this with us, though. We need it. We're going to find out a little bit of information as to what's going on. Why was Mushroom Kingdom attacked by a bunch of pogo sticks?
All right, so if I may ask, what is it that drew you to Mario games for your speedruns? Have you always been a big Mario fan?
I'm not a big Mario runner. Like, I've dabbled a little bit in SM64. I don't have a great time in it, but it's just, N64 games are impossible to speedrun. I started with Zelda. Zelda's been like my biggest speedrun. I've speedrun the first, second, Link to the Past, Link's Awakening, the Switch version. I've done a few runs of Ocarina of Time, glitchless. Zelda's just like my cup of tea. But SMRPG is just, like I said, it's my favorite game of all time, even to this day. And I love this game, and I helped route this game, and it was great. One thing to point out, so you'll see us doing something called like map warping. That instance right there, it was just faster to just warp out from the menu to the map. We're going to utilize that a lot in this game to basically save a lot of time as like far as like traveling. As long as you've been to a place, you can map warp to it.
Yeah, more often than not, the ability to map warp or the ability to leave through the system map is locked just behind single cutscenes that are not actually at the end of areas all the time.
Yeah.
So we just jumping in with the donation. We do have a $50 donation, and I apologize if I mess up your name. The donation is from Smitty or SMmitty. I apologize if I messed that up. With the comment, never played SMRPG before, but I've noticed one thing. Small Mario. Loving the event so far. You're all the best. Well, you are the best for helping us raise money for the kids. So thank you so much for the donation, and thank you for putting that donation towards the poll.
Yeah, Bellum here looks like he behaved. He can put Mario or Mallow to sleep, but which is somewhat annoying, having to wake up the other character. But looks like it's not that big of a deal here. Also jumping with...
I will have to do an extra Thunderbolt here, because I half-timed one of the jumps.
Okay. I mean, jumping with the Scarecrow should do more damage, but...
You would think. I mean, you are, like, jabbing him with a stick right in the forehead.
He's taking his stick and jab, jab, jab.
Yeah, we're poking him.
Nobody likes being poked with a stick.
Yeah, for the next part here, Ice is probably going to be counting coins.
Yeah. I never can figure out how many coins I have for this.
So, the goal here is to get exactly 60 coins on the waterfall, as well as getting all of the frog coins on the way. The reason for that is just saves a very small amount of time to get an exact amount of coins versus getting too many.
You were talking about small Mario, now you have even smaller Mario.
Teeny tiny Mario! So you have baby Mario, teeny tiny Mario, small Mario, and big Mario.
Yep.
Chat, what is your favorite Mario? Let us know with your donations.
Alright, so a little bit movement here just to get these frog coins, and we want to get at least 10 coins on this section here. And then there's a very specific route that we take for this section here that gets us exactly 50.
Yeah, it's a very you'd never think that this is the correct route.
We actually skipped this one. Oh, okay. Alright, well, I'll just do this.
Yeah, the bottom route is actually fairly scary, just because of a couple fish.
That backup should have worked. I think that was an extra 2 that I missed.
This one thing I bet you.
I was gonna say that's the scary fish, the fish that jumps at you from the back.
One thing I bet you never thought you'd have to worry about is fish jumping at you while you're going down the river running on a barrel.
That's actually one of my fears. That specific instance. Alright, backup worked. 60 coins. So what that does, if we get 61 coins, we get an extra text box from him saying that, oh, I'll just hold this extra coin for you. So getting 60 just negates that whole text box. Saves about 2 seconds. All right, so now we're here at Tadpole Pond. This is Mallow's home. And we're gonna impress these tadpoles by jumping. And then now I'm gonna ruin everybody. When Frogfucius or Frog Sage flies in, he just goes, ooh woo, ooh woo. Sorry in advance. Just makes a bunch of ooh woos as he flies.
Okay, but that is kind of adorable.
I love the silence here as the tadpole just kind of swims on by.
Also, I did just want to take the chance to point out that with that latest $50 donation, we have crossed the 1,600 Canadian dollar mark.
Yo, nice. Yeah, definitely get those donations in, y'all. It's very helpful for this charity. And it would be much appreciated. But also, big plot twist here, I'm sorry to say. Mallow's actually not a tadpole. I'm so sorry to be the one to inform you.
I can't believe this.
What's the point of even playing this game anymore now? Alright, so now we need to go and figure out where Mallow's real parents are. But we're not going to jump across the tadpoles again, we're just going to map warp, because it's faster. Alright. Nothing really to say about Roseway. Roseway is just lots of movement and jumping over these little crooks, as they're called. Because they will hit you and steal coins, and we don't want to lose coins, we need them. If all goes right, by the end, the time that we need to do shopping, we should have, like, maybe, like, 5 or 6 extra coins. And we're gonna run into a very familiar face here.
Goombas.
I was gonna say Magic Koopas, but okay, yeah, Goombas work.
Goombas, Magic Koopas. In the end, they're all just a little bit of chaos.
My favorite part here is Goombas never do this attack, ever. Like, I would love to fight a Goomba that does that attack to me. They're just given this attack that is never used. Alright, another instance where it's actually like a second and a half faster to map warp as opposed to just running to the exit. Shout outs to that guy. He can never hit that arrow.
Yeah, quickly grabbing a couple flowers and frog coins.
Alright, they greased up that. They greased up his head.
Yeah. That toad woke up with butter on his hat.
So this is the first instance of us actually using the map warp feature to map warp to the same town, because it just brings us to the front, which is really funny. As opposed to hitting a couple of loading zones there, we actually just map warp there to bring us directly to the front of Rosetown. And then we get to meet our good pal Gaz. If you've played Persona 5, Gaz is literally Ryuji. He says,
Also, this is this is also an instance of it is always correct to lie to children.
Yeah, telling Gaz you're not Mario actually saves like a few seconds. It's really because like if you tell him that you are Mario, he makes you jump. to prove that you are really Mario, but if you just lie, he puts Mario's name in quotes. So now you're just Mario. Alright, well, we just got KO'd by a doll, and now we're gonna see one of my favorite cutscenes in the entire game.
That was a KO indeed as well, because that you just got launched.
I love the just like the like if you actually pay attention a little bit to like the four dolls, you can see that like the Peach, the Bowser, and the Mario doll are like incredibly shiny, and then there's just Geno, who's not shiny at all. So this is Geno. Geno is, well, Geno. He is a pretty much like a being from the like above, like the Star World or Star Avenue, whatever you want to call it. And his goal is basically to fix Star Road, which was broken up by Exor, the big sword in the beginning of the game.
I almost want to ask if Geno is a real boy.
I don't think it matters if he lies. I don't think his nose grows. He's a real something, all right. He's a real beast, I guess. Because his chain boost is actually like the stat boost that you get from his chain is like really nice. He actually raises physical attack and speed, which is very, very helpful for early game.
The only character that boosts 2 stats.
Yep. Alright, so we're gonna have some little precision jumping here, hopefully, and not getting an encounter with these. We need to get 4 frog coins off these wigglers. And the way that it works, every 10 jumps that you get on the wigglers will award you a frog coin. And we need at least 4 of them for the route, because we use that to buy an EXP booster when we get to Seaside Town. And those went.
Also, I just want to take this chance to remind everyone that Little Warriors is a Canada-based charity, so all donations are in CAD. What that means is that you're in the US, your donation goes further. So 1 CAD is about 73 cents US, which means that if you're in the US, you'd only have to donate about $14.60 in order to donate $20 to the cause. So keep that in mind and get those donations in. We love you for being here and doing it.
Yeah, those wiggler jumps are a lot harder than it seems. The wigglers have 4 movement patterns, but in the remake, the sides of the wigglers are humongous hitboxes, and there's always that like scary chance that you encounter the wiggler, and wigglers are terrifying. They have a spell called Sandstorm, and what Sandstorm does is it's AoE, so you can't block it. But it also inflicts fear to your party. And what fear does is it actually lowers your physical attack and your defense. And you just take a lot of damage. And we're trying to avoid, like, you know, wiping here, just because we'd have to redo those wiggler jumps, basically. Alright, a little bit of focus time when the boss fight actually starts here, because I do need to hit a very specific frame on the Toad Assist. I'll have Phantom if you want to talk about that when we land it, or if we don't land it. Just depends.
Yeah, so we'll start with what Toad Assist is. So Ice mentioned at the very beginning we have a triple attack meter. that builds up over time. However, we currently only have 2 party members, which doesn't quite fit the triple description.
Yeah.
So when you only have 1 or 2 party members alive, the triple attack becomes Toad Assist instead, which summons Toad. You get a little roulette box with a bunch of different things that you can get out of it. And we're trying to hit a very specific thing in that roulette box. So
Yeah.
the goal here is to give Gino an attack boost effectively with one of those items.
Yeah, because Gino is actually substantially higher level than us right now, so his damage output is like incredibly high. And the item that we're looking for in this Toad Assist box is called a Flower Essence. And what it does is whoever activated the Toad Assist will get a attack boost, and it also fully restores your FP. Now, the FP we don't mind. We don't need it at the moment. It's the attack boost on Gino that we want.
Yeah.
So at this point, Gino's kind of carrying the party.
For now. All right, focus time.
So while Ice focuses, Phantom, why don't you tell us a little bit about your history with Mario?
I ran this game for a couple months when it came out, and otherwise I speedran for the past 3 years now, Paper Mario, which is kind of like the sequel to this game, in a sense. Different developer, but still, obviously Nintendo, still Mario, still an RPG. And was originally going to be SMRPG 2 before they changed the name and theming. Notably here, with the attack boost that Gino has, he's doing 108 damage with every Gino beam, which is far more than Mario would do, or Mallow. So Mario and Mallow are just guarding. The way Bowyer works, he has a sort of internal counter. Every attack or special attack that gets used by the party increases that counter. An attack would increase it by like 6 points, special attacks by 2 points. And if we're trying to keep that counter under a specific amount so that Bowyer only locks the X button, because we don't need to use items anyway, and we do need to keep using Geno Beam and physical attacks. So it's sort of a manipulation here to make sure that we can continue to do that, and then also Bowyer will never use his AoE attack, which is kind of a problematic move when it does happen.
Yeah, so the way that the Bowyer script is if he locks X, he only gets access to one attack per turn. If he locks Y or A, he'll unlock an attack every turn, and he also gets access to static E, or static electricity, which does a lot of damage to your party. And at our current level, it could basically two-shot the entire party.
Yeah, and in the remake here, Bowyer is sort of meant to be tutorial for the triple attack. You see, that was the way the Ice finished the fight. And now, whenever we have full gauge, the 3 party members can combined use a very powerful move based entirely on which 3 party members are out.
Yeah, I think there's what, 6 triple attacks, 5 triple attacks?
We'll see 2 of them.
Yeah, we only see 2 of them, sadly.
Jumping in with a quick update on one of our incentives. Currently, we've got about a half hour left on the incentive for Sticky Business Shop Name, and currently in the lead is Top 10 VG Shop Teams at $50, and We Heart Little Warriors at $25. So if you want to have your opinion heard on which shop name to use, please get your donations in and make sure to use that poll to get your vote in.
Yeah, this isn't really relevant at the moment, but it is worth noting that all the special attacks, the triple attacks that we have, even though they look like they would be magic attacks, they all scale off of the party member's physical attack strength. So we'll actually be buying a bunch of weapons, even for characters like Mallow, who typically just uses magic anyway, just to boost the power of the triple attack. Also, this is the best armor in the game.
Yeah, so work pants actually have a number of uses. Not only do they raise your attack and magic attack by 10, they also raise your speed by 5, but they provide very little armor. But that's not gonna, matter because we block pretty much everything that we can block. And we're gonna be utilizing these work pants pretty much the entire run. The speed boost is probably one of the most important things on it.
Yeah, the speed boost also lets us control our party order in the early game, depending on who has or does not have work pants.
So with Mario being a Japanese, obviously a company, game made by a Japanese company, this being an RPG, would this count as a JRPG?
I would say so, yes.
Yeah, this game is very similar to the early Final Fantasies, just with a little bit of added timing with button inputs.
You ever just get the feeling like you want to, like, if you see like a trampoline in the middle of like a cave, do you ever just get the feeling that you just want to jump on it?
Yeah.
I mean, I would. If I saw a giant like trampoline spring in the middle of a cave and I knew the cave had like a ceiling, I'm jumping. Like, hands down.
Yeah, this Croco chase here is kind of funny in Remake. Croco, I guess, just doesn't really pay attention to if Mario's even chasing him. I'm just gonna like stand in this room, and he just makes his lap around right into Mario. I think this is also the first fight where evasion is impactful. So Croco has not really like high evasion, but he does have an evasion stat, so physical attacks do have a chance to miss.
I think it's like 20%.
Which is also a reason that Mario is using jump instead of punching him, because magic attacks can never miss. But it's not really too much of an issue unless Geno misses. Mallow doesn't do as much damage. It's a little bit, but Geno misses are, you're missing 70 to 80 damage every single time it happens. And okay.
Alright, nice fight. Calling out all your intrusive thoughts. That's what I'm here for, Saul.
Yeah, I think it's pretty normal for at least one attack to miss in that fight, but no misses is also incredible.
Yeah, it's there's a few bosses in this game that actually have an evasion stat. And that evasion stat is always pretty much like 20%. Some AoE magic, like some like magic stat like attacks can miss. If you watch my most recent run of this for RPG Limit Break, oh nice. Oh nice. Oh well, okay.
That's fine. That's not fine.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, a special enemy in that fight, we got a special enemy tutorial, so special enemies have a increased stats, and also they reduce the run rate. So I think on normal, the run rate with a special enemy is about a 50-50. As opposed to, I think 60% is normal. Yeah, generally we just try and avoid special enemies because they, one, they give extra experience that we don't want. Two, they're fairly strong.
Got a very bad pattern from Punchy there. Threw a bomb in front of him, and I had the bomb I'm walking directly in front of me. So we forego using we forego using the triple attack here. I'm a believer of using the triple attack on turn 1 if you have it. Punchinello has a higher chance of using Sandstorm. It usually happens, and I will hear nothing.
Yeah, so we're damaging Punchinello. The splash damage from physical attacks doesn't really matter. It's mostly just about hitting him with enough damage to progress to the next phase, which will automatically destroy all the bombs and have him summon his next set of larger bombs. So even though it looks like the splash damage is what killed the bombs, it was just progressing the damage on Punchinello himself.
I got bad damage rolls, because that Punchy should have died there.
Yeah. He was probably at about like 2 or 3 HP.
Of course. Thanks, Punchinello. This is why you'll never become famous.
Yeah, physical attacks do have a range of damage, as opposed to magic attacks, which are strictly they do with the damage that they do. It very rarely actually impacts any fights, but the early Punchinello or Croco fights, if you get enough low rolls, it'll add an extra attack to the fighter, too, potentially.
Alright, our first instance of plot armor. You ever just standing at an explosive like that and just... you just unscathed, just your clothes are like smoky?
Ice, would now be a good time for me to hop in with more information?
Yeah, we have a cutscene here.
So, chat, Little Warriors programs include the Prevent-It workshop that offers hope to help prevent child sexual abuse. It is a free workshop that educates and empowers adults to take action and help prevent and respond to child sexual abuse. Please learn more at littlewarriors.ca/prevent-it/. It's a valuable source of information, and you can see exactly what kind of stuff your donations are helping with.
Oops. Alright, well, I guess we get to learn how to ride the minecart. This is the cat jam, by the way, so cat jams in chat if you have them.
Yeah, the minecart here is effectively an auto-scroller, but there is a small amount of input in where we do boosts, how we break. The braking is a little more weird than it may seem.
Yeah.
You do need to hold brake through the entire turn, or you will just crash and die.
Depending on the kind of turn.
Yeah,
like this kind
these
of turn,
ones though.
yeah, you definitely have to. Nice. I love when my brake doesn't work.
Yeah, there's also a skip in the third segment here coming up that saves a large amount of time.
It was a developer intended skip too, because it was not in SNES.
Yep. And the track is very clearly placed for the skip. There we go. It's saved probably, what, like 20 something seconds?
It's like 30 or 40 almost. It's a lot.
Yeah, otherwise you have to take a very long trip around the rest of the track to get to that part.
Okay, we still got a sub 150. Okay with this. Even with the crash. So unlike the coins at Midas River, these coins are actually real. The ones at Midas River, we don't get to keep, but these we actually get to keep. They are actually added to our overall coin count. So we call the Midas River coins the fake coins. These are the real ones. And this wouldn't be a Mario game without somebody talking about Mario using the front door like a normal person, and then Mario comes crashing through the roof. Because why not? You have to make an entrance. We just happen to make an entrance in the roof.
Cool guys gotta make a fascinating entrance. What can I say?
Of course. Alright, so we're actually unable to use the map warp here until we experience this cutscene here. We need to be able to find out about Booster. And the only way to find out about Booster is to actually hit this cutscene and see these 3 sniffets chase this beetle. And they'll talk about Booster, and then that, you know, unlocks the Booster Pass, Booster Tower exit. We find out that Booster is catering to this lovely lady that fell out of the sky. We know somebody that recently fell out of the sky, but is it the same person? So probably the shortest area in the game. We have Booster Pass here. It's just 2 screens. One of the screens we just run through it, and the other screen we just pick up a rock candy, which we're going to be using very soon on another boss here.
And then Booster Tower.
Bowser is still one of my favorite characters, like, in this game as far as like dialogue goes. Bowser goes from being like, Mario, I'm gonna crush you, to like at the beginning of this conversation he's like, hey, how you been? And then the intrusive thoughts kick in for Bowser, and he's like, no, I gotta be a jerk. And when he finds out that Peach is at the top of this tower, my favorite line in the game is right here, when he moves Mario out of the way. Just out of my way, shorty.
You know, I find it kind of funny that Mario's constantly having his girlfriend kidnapped, constantly having to fight Bowser and deal with all the chaos he causes, yet he still invites him to sporting events and go-karting.
I mean, here's a thought for you to think about. What if Peach wasn't actually getting kidnapped? What if she was willingly going with Bowser?
What if Mario's the kidnapper?
I mean, I would trust the giant lizard in a spiky shell more than the Italian plumber, honestly.
Yeah, Booster Tower here is probably some of the most involved platforming in the game. All of these Shy Guys and the Sniffsters on the way up, if you run into them, the encounters are, you can't run away. And there's some invisible enemies as well that you can't run away from. So, a lot of platforming.
It also gives you one of the best tracks in the game.
This track is also 7 minutes, by the way. You'd think it loops around 2 minutes in, but no. The song itself is 7 minutes long.
Love this game. Yeah, this is probably one of the more involved platforming sections of the run. It also has a little cool little skip that I don't remember who found that skip. Was it DJ?
Yeah, I think it was DJ Carmichael.
You can actually jump on the very edge of a save box. This is the room with the invisible enemies, by the way. So we're jumping over very specific 4-tile squares here to avoid them.
And this encounter is effectively unavoidable.
Hey, y'all, okay if I jump in with a quick reminder?
Sure.
Hey, everybody, we are about 7 minutes out from the Sticky Business shop named Incentive closing. Currently, we do have the top 10 VG games in the lead with $50, and We Heart Little Warriors in second with $25. So please, if you want to get your donations in for that incentive before it closes, please do. You only have a few minutes left. Thank you.
Oh, I moved up.
Ooh.
Scammed. Yeah,
that little jump saves like 2 seconds.
Except I lost more than 2 seconds. It's all good.
Yeah. We have a mini game here coming up, so hopefully Ice doesn't get caught, because you get a very powerful equipment item if you succeed at this mini game.
Yeah, this mini game is a little bit tough, so we're gonna do our best to avoid getting caught here. You get to play hide and seek with Booster.
With the cloth physics.
I think they spent a lot of the budget on like the actual like curtains movement like that, which is fine because it's really cool looking. I also do like how shiny Booster keeps his floor. I wonder who actually polishes the entire tower.
Probably one of these 3 sniffsters.
Poor things. All right, so Phantom, how are you doing?
Doing okay.
Oh, geez, we got caught. Well,
it's probably RNG.
Yeah, that's bad luck. Let's try it again. He didn't shoot.
Twice in a row. That's weird.
Yeah, that's rare. He usually doesn't pick the same curtain twice. A third time? Really? Wow. All right, well, I guess we'll just fight Booster instead.
That's a shame.
Freebie, maybe? Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Booster's also weak to being jumped on the head.
I mean, I would be too. The pain train, let's go.
That didn't look like it missed.
I don't know how it missed, but sure.
Tell me you wouldn't be just a little bit irritable if somebody just came in and started jumping on your head, though.
Maybe. Depends on what type of shoes they were wearing.
The password's Ice, by the way.
The password is actually linked to the profile that you select at the beginning of the run. Alright. Worst fight in the game. Like, literally.
Yeah. So this is a...
Oh, thank God.
90% chance on both of them. So 10% chance it misses one for Terrorize, 1% chance it misses both. And Terrorize gives Knife Guy and Great Guy here a debuff to their attack and their defense.
Just do this as the backup then.
Yeah, they're taking 300 damage from this rock cannon instead of 200.
Nice freebie.
And Bowser is hitting for a lot of damage with his bear claws.
Alright, well, that fight went a lot better than I thought it would. even with Mario going to sleep.
Yeah, not bad at all.
And we got an extra 2 rock candies.
Useful for later.
All right, so this is a fun interactive activity here. We're gonna guess how many flower tabs I'm going to get on Booster Hill. Max amount I believe you can get is like 15 or 16. If you're like really good at the jumping, which I'm not. Usually I get like 11 or 12. We do need more booster. I agree with that.
So if I may jump in real quick.
Yep.
So another program that Little Warriors includes is the Be Brave Rant program. This offers a 1-year combined on-site and outpatient program designed with significant input from many leading academic and clinical experts who specialize in child sexual abuse and trauma to create a specialized, intensive, trauma-informed, evidence-based treatment center focused on helping children, teens, and families who have been impacted by child sexual abuse trauma. So every dollar you donate helps the children, it helps their families, and it helps go towards prevention and recovery. Because it's a battle on 2 fronts that we constantly have to fight.
Yeah, this minigame is kind of chaos.
Yeah, very much. A new addition to the minigame was adding the red barrels to it, which move at double speed. And they start showing up more towards like the end of the event. All right, we got 12. Not bad. Wait, is it? Yeah. So coming up for this boss fight here, we actually are going to be introducing a strat that was found by the low-level community of this game. It's called the revolving door strat. And what that does is it kind of like it takes advantage of the speed values of your party members and swapping out party members like with lower speed into like higher speeds. And what that's going to do is we're going to be swapping out, you know, Mallow with... I think I need to move... Yeah, I got to move party member real quick. What it's going to do is... basically, we're going to be swapping out Mallow with Bowser, who is our slowest party member. And we're going to be moving Mallow in to do a triple attack. And then we're going to be swapping out Geno for Mallow, because Geno is our fastest character. And what that does is that's going to give us a couple of extra attack turns, and it's going to basically manipulate how Raspberry and Bunt attack, as far as like their turn order. And the first phase of this fight, or the second phase of the fight, where we have to like take out the candles, we need to have as minimal attacks as we possibly can, because this fight is scary. Bunt and Raspberry have devastating AoE attacks, such as Blizzard, Sandstorm, Pain Spout, and that could just completely wipe you out if it's used too many times in a row. My favorite part of this minigame is whenever you're talking to Booster here, and this Snipster is like just still going absolutely bonkers. Looks like he exited the cutscene. Oh wait, there he is. He's like still running around rampantly. Like we've already collected all 4 pieces like to hand to Peach, and the Snipster is just like, where did it go? Where did it go? Where did it go? Where did it go? And then we're gonna get the casual Booster and Bowser kiss, and it feels like sandpaper. All right, cake time. Anybody want some cake?
Yeah.
Just be careful. It
I'll
attacks. Just be careful. It attacks you.
My favorite kind of cake. Do we have a moment for a quick incentive announcement?
Sure.
Okay, everyone. So I just want to let you know that the incentive for the shop and name the shop for Sticky Business has closed. We'll be announcing the winner shortly before the run. However, you can still affect that run. Don't forget that. We do still have the 2 chat makes a sticker themes open. One for the pride flag. Options are lesbian, gay/MLM, asexual, non-binary, and intersex. And the other is for an animal sticker, with the options being blobcat, goose, unicorn, sheep, and butterfly. Personally, I want blobcat, but let us know what you want with those donations.
Alright, so we swapped Geno out with Mallow because Mallow is a little bit slower. And what this is going to do is our next attack is going to start. So this is going to start the candle phase, but we're going to start Mario. Usually with the candle phase, like boss usually starts, but since we're manipulating the fight as far as like speed values go, Mario is going to start, and we need to have Mario invincible. So we're going to be using this red essence on Mario, which makes him completely invincible for 3 turns. And we're going to be purposely dropping chain here. As you can see.
Goodbye, Mallow.
Yeah, goodbye, Mallow. Oh my goodness.
Okay. Cake isn't playing around.
Yeah, Cake is pretty angry today.
Thankfully, that should be
Yeah, this takes
fine.
out. So now we just... Alright, well, that's fine. As long as he didn't sandstorm.
Yeah. Yeah, because the cake is weak to being jumped on. Yeah.
We're gonna res Bowser. Just because he has more HP.
Yeah, Bowser can take more hits also, so...
Thankfully, this boss only has 600 health, so that should have killed. I think he's probably at like 5 HP. Alright. A little bit scary. Just because we just got nothing but AoE attacks. But nothing we couldn't handle. Alright, chat, how do you eat your cake? Do you boil it? Do you just eat
swallow
it
it whole?
Do you just eat it in one bite? Do you have 3 people throw it in like 27 feet in the air and you just catch it with your face? Let us know.
Personally, I'd be a little bit worried about the third one, especially if it's a heavy cake.
It'll be fine. Oh, I just did the wrong attack there. Oop, that's fine.
Oh, it was for Geno.
I took magic attack when I was supposed to take attack there. That's okay though. 2 attack isn't gonna really make a difference. It'll mess with some values, but
Geno doesn't do a whole lot of attacking by the end game.
nah, it was a Mario level.
That was a Mario one.
Yeah. Yeah, it was gonna be a +2 boost to attack there, but it's okay.
Yeah, this is about the midway point of the run, and also a big break in terms of just cutscenes now.
It's a break for you. I don't run on a turbo controller.
Yeah, this is about 4 minutes of cutscenes.
It's about 3 minutes of button mashing. Yeah, this is like this part of the run is like a test of endurance, because this next part coming up here, since we just rescued Peach, the Chancellor just doesn't stop talking, and it's a very long button mash session that's like 2 to 2.5 minutes long. It's tiring. We have, you know, our turbo runners. Phantom is a turbo runner, so they just get to hold down the A button. It's really nice for them.
Yeah, entering this room holding down left and the A button for the next minute and a half.
Must be nice. No, I'm just... Meanwhile, I'm like finding different angles to hold my elbow here so I can mash the A button, because you can only mash the A button to advance text in this game.
It's something we all do in games. We just mash, let me get through the text sometimes.
Yeah, a lot of games, a lot of RPGs also will let you press A or B to advance text, but SMRPG is only the A button, and also on top of that, the speed in which you press the A button actually moves the text faster. It's not just advancing the text box itself, but mashing the A button actually displays text faster also.
It sure does.
So the difference between 10 button presses a second versus 20 saves about 2 seconds in this cutscene.
Which is actually wild if you think about it.
Yeah, if you were able to press the button 20 times a second for this 2-minute sequence, you would save 2 seconds over someone pressing it 10 times a second.
Ice, would now be a good time to do a little reminder for everybody of why we're here?
Sure.
Hey there, everybody. Remember, we're here raising money for Little Warriors. Little Warriors is a national charitable organization focused on the awareness, prevention, and treatment of child sexual abuse. We also advocate on behalf of and with child sexual abuse survivors. For more information, visit littlewarriors.ca. Thank you for being here, and we appreciate you taking your time and your money to support Little Warriors. Your every donation, every minute you spend here helps us do the thing.
Mallow's face here is incredible. Alright, so we're getting our 5th party member. She is the biggest bench warmer, unfortunately. She is heavily used in the SNES route, because there is a glitch in the game that you can use called Skill Swap, which allows Peach to learn Shocker, even though that's a Mallow ability. And Peach just has a naturally higher magic attack stat than everybody.
Yeah, however, in Remake,
because of
the
Mallow's
glitch doesn't
buff.
exist.
Yeah, the glitch doesn't exist, and with Mallow's buff, Mallow just substantially outdamages her.
Yep.
So her only use in this run is very, very, very in-game. Literally in the final dungeon. We use Sleepy Time on 2 bosses.
Yeah, so every time that Peach levels up is time loss.
I didn't mean
because we don't care.
I meant to actually just warp to Marymore. It's actually faster to just re-enter here. The movement on the overworld is actually like kind of slow. So it's actually just faster, just map warp. Like go back in and map warp to Marymore there so we can get to Star Hill. This is probably one of the most like aesthetically pleasing areas in the game. This one got like the biggest glow up. Like Star Hill is just absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, I think this is my favorite area, and I wish it was used for more than just running in and picking up a single star and leaving.
Yeah.
It is very pretty.
It's kind of like the victory lap after getting Bowser and Peach, because we haven't gotten a star in a while. And so this is like the freebie after filling out your party. Yeah, we're going to be grabbing this, going to Seaside, selling all of the clothes off of our party's backs in order to buy explosives.
Yeah, this is why we route the coins that we route in. Realistically, I probably have about 10 extra coins, 15 extra coins. And it's very close. We need 1,700 coins.
Yeah, we're buying it. What, it's 200 apiece.
Yeah.
Buying a lot of fire bombs and a fright bomb. This is the only time that we can actually use this shop, because this shop is only here during the zombie toad invasion.
Alright, so all these very cool items that we picked up during the run, and these weapons that we picked up, they're gone.
So I just want to make sure I heard you say that correctly. Did you say zombie toad invasion?
Pretty much. I mean, these toads are like fully blue-skinned.
Yeah. And this is also the experience booster, which we're going to give to Mallow so that he can be even higher level.
Yeah, Mallow, like I said, Mallow is just the goat of this run. Even without the most powerful like armor in the game on for the final fight, he still does more damage than Mario.
Nice. Never close. Never even close.
Yeah. I'm gonna do this.
I feel like the music in Mario games is always on point.
Oh yeah, no, this soundtrack is fantastic. And then, of course, the Peach level ups are just all HP, because we just don't use her. We use her for sleep, and that's it. And then she gets swapped out immediately. Alright. Another little precision area. Not as precise as Booster Tower, but there is a lot of stuff to avoid in here, like these, I forget what they're called, like the little Grim Reaper.
The Greepers.
Greepers, there you go.
At least I think the first ones are Greepers.
Glum Reapers, Gleeper. I know Glum Reapers are later on. Yeah, I think these are Greepers.
And that one doesn't even care.
Yep. Alright, so password is pearls. Very precise way of hitting things.
And this is King Calamari. And also the first time we have Geno boost. So Geno's main ability is to buff a party member buffs attack by default. If you time the action command, it also buffs the defense.
Because we don't need the defense for this one, we just do attack here.
Yeah. And the attack buffs do apply to items, so makes them a little bit more useful. Items in this game are also just generally very powerful.
Alright, there's at least one freebie. I do have the extra rock candy, so... Alright. So, just with the reason why we bought so many fire bombs is for that fight. And we're also going to be using a lot of those fire bombs coming up in Land's End when we fight enemies called Shoguns.
I'm just gonna grab some more coins here and also a hidden chest in the next room with a Coca-Cola.
This is the worst chest in the game. Like, hands down, worst treasure box in the game.
It's actually like just barely too high, so that you have to hit it when it's on its downward movement.
Ooh, almost hit that. That'd have been pretty bad. Alright. So a little bit of movement in the water here. We're gonna kind of manipulate Mr. Kipper here in this next room by walking up a little bit. And that's gonna cause him to move up. And that's gonna give us the ability to like kind of like wiggle, wiggle around him. Alright, look here, buddy. I didn't need your sass.
And then we're gonna grab one of the other most powerful pieces of equipment in the game. This one is defensively like one of the best.
Yeah, the safety ring gives you a pretty much a 50% resistance, or more than 50% maybe, to all elements, and it gives you a speed boost as well. We have a couple of small like fights here, and then we have probably the most important fight in the game, which I'm gonna pretty much need like absolute silence focus time for.
Yeah. If you're familiar with Super Mario RPG, even on the Super Nintendo, you know that the Johnny fight is incredibly difficult. We're going to be trying to hit 100 super jumps in a row. And each of these super jumps after the 15th is a 3-frame window.
Yeah, so effectively I have to hit a 3-frame window perfectly 85 times in a row.
And this isn't just important to kill Johnny, this is important for a sort of side quest piece of equipment that we're going to be getting shortly after. If we don't have 100 super jumps, we can't get the super suit, which we need for Mallow and Mario damage later.
Alright. So after this little cutscene, if I could just have some very big focus time here.
Yep, good luck.
Thanks. We are going to take a little autosave here just to be safe. Nice. I don't know how that dropped. Might have been a little too early. Oh my goodness. just practicing this right before the run.
That's why we have the autosave.
Yeah. This is not as easy as it seems.
So it seems like one of those fights that can definitely result in some frustration.
I wouldn't say frustration. It's the heaviest reset point in the run, besides cake. But alright, we're gonna try it again. Okay, we're good.
Nice. Yeah, one thing about Remake there, you do have the counter, makes it a little bit easier to tell that you actually got it. Because once it hits perfect, we know that we have 100 super jumps. On Super Nintendo, you actually have to count in your head.
You actually don't have to count. The game will stop you at 100.
Yeah, I mean, it'll stop you,
yeah,
but
it's hard capped at 100 super jumps.
Yeah, whether or not you know that you hit it or dropped it.
But yeah, we do it on that fight, A, because it one-shots Johnny, and B, it's the least laggy fight that we have for super jumps, and it's the most convenient.
Yeah, Johnny is a multi-phase fight normally. At low health, he will give himself a buff, he'll tell his other sharks to leave, and he'll fight Mario one-on-one, and it's a very slow setup.
Alright, so now we're back in Seaside Town, where we find out that, oh my goodness, all these toads are fake! I never would have guessed, you know, minus the fact that they're just a completely different color.
Fake toads? Whatever shall we do?
Beat them up.
Now, this fight also may look like very straightforward, but the attack that we're going to be using, which is also one of the reasons we got the experience booster and have had it on Mallow this entire time. Mallow at level 10 got Shocker, And Shocker does a lot of damage to Spiritovich here.
Yeah, Spiritovich is heavily weak to like Thunder here.
However, he also has an AoE attack called Water Blast. The meme would be if he does it 3 times in a row.
It's guaranteed turn 1, by the way.
Yeah.
And we want this to take out Mario.
Yeah, Mario being dead saves us some time here.
Oop, I did not mean to do that attack, but I'm sorry.
If I may jump in real quick.
Yep.
So just like to remind everybody that we are all here participating in Prevent-A-Thon. Thank you for watching Prevent-A-Thon. We are a speedrunning marathon benefiting Little Warriors, a Canadian-based charity focused on the awareness, prevention, and treatment of child sexual abuse. Exclamation point donate in the chat if you would like to help our cause and help the children.
Even with an accidental item usage there, we got lucky there with Spiritovich attacking. Alright, so we're gonna get our star back that Johnny gave us. It's a gift from the shark person in the costume. It was a gift for jumping on his forehead 100 times.
Yeah, now we're gonna free the toads and do another little shopping trip.
Funny enough, fun fact, if you actually tell the people of this town that are like the fake toads, if you tell them no, you don't want to give them the star, they actually run into this room and they tickle the elder. Like literally just tickle the elder. And you actually get a really funny dialogue box if you have them tickle him like 3 or 4 times. And your gift from the elder there is actually dependent on how many times he gets tickled. So if it's 0 times, you get a flower box. And as it becomes more, it just downgrades to a jar, a tab, until it's just literally he just gives you 1 coin.
Yeah, we're gonna also talk to this NPC for no particular reason.
This NPC, like, this is like the funniest thing that we've ever discovered in this game. So coming up in the next area, Land's End, there's gonna be enemies that we're gonna be fighting called Shoguns. Well, our low-level community found out that if you talk to Mushroom Boy there, it actually tells the game, hey, we beat the first Shogun encounter, so the Shogun just skips itself. We don't know why. It just does. So you're gonna see this first Shogun that we're gonna encounter here when we get to the desert is gonna jump out of the whirlpool and then jump right back in. Typically, you would have to fight that encounter. Oh. Lame. This is a cool little piece of tech. So, Mario pretty much gets, like, absorbed by this platform if you jump on the center of it. But if you kind of, like, inch your way up to the edge there, you can actually run on the full edge of it, and you could just skip, like, the little animation it makes of pulling Mario onto the platform. So normally you would have to fight that one, but since we talked to Mushroom Boy, we just skip him.
Yeah, and here's where we're going to make use of the rest of our fire bombs. These Shoguns are kind of annoying to fight if you don't have AoE. And they have some pretty difficult to block attacks as well. This is also the first place where we could see special enemies reasonably. And we would need to run away from those fights because the extra experience is problematic, and also Shoguns, when they're special, have way too much HP.
Yeah. So special enemies, it's a 20% chance, just like a flat static chance of getting a special enemy in a random encounter. And special enemies, their stats are essentially just triple. So Shoguns here have 150 health. Special Shoguns have 450, which we definitely don't want to see. And then coming up here...
Okay, to hop in with the... Sorry, go ahead.
And coming up here, these 2 stars that we're about to get, these are the ones that we were talking about earlier. The first star that we get here and use to, take out these Gekets, gives 11 experience per enemy. And then we're going to be purchasing another star that only gives us 6 experience per Geket. Don't know why, but it confused me at first when I found out about it.
Yeah, so it's very important to hit all of the enemies that we can with this first star.
Would it be okay to hop in with a quick incentive reminder?
Yep.
Okay, wonderful. Keep in mind, everyone, we do still have 2 incentives open for the next run. For Sticky Business, our sticker making game, we do have the Pride Flag sticker. The options are lesbian, gay /MLM, asexual, non-binary, and intersex, as well as an animal sticker option for Blobcat, Goose, Unicorn, Sheep, and Butterfly. So with your donation, you can choose to vote in those polls and see what stickers you want to get made. Let us know. Let us know and make your voice heard.
This next room here has a cool little skip that you can do. Actually saves more time than you'd think. Yep. So by just...
Yeah, I was gonna say, utilizing the same kind of method that we did for jumping across those donut blocks, we're gonna we stood on the edge of that shaman's head. If you stand directly on his head, he actually just teleports away. Nice, first try. He actually just teleports away and you have to reset the room.
Yeah, I think that jumping on his head there, I think saves probably around 15-ish seconds.
Yeah.
If I had to estimate.
Something, yeah, 15-20 seconds.
And this is Balome. Never seen him before.
Yeah, new enemy. Nice freebie.
There was a route at some point that used Terrorize here, which would have a 10% chance to fail.
Oh my god, he actually physical attacked? We're skipping the clone phase.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
So no extra experience.
That's fine. That saves 10-15 seconds. Heck yeah.
Yep. So there's an origin component to that fight where Balome will eat one of the party members and then create a clone. And different clones give different amounts of extra experience also that the route accounts for.
It also accounts for not getting a clone as well.
Yeah.
Alright, so this is the reason why we needed to do 100 super jumps. This NPC sets us out on the quest to do 100 super jumps, and he gives us the attack scarf at 30 and the super suit at 100. The super suit is the most overpowered armor in the entire game. What it does is it gives you basically 50 attack, 50 defense, 50 magic attack, 30 speed, and it makes you pretty much immune to all status effects.
Yeah, and it can also be equipped by anyone, whereas the attack scarf is a Mario item.
So you already know who we're going to be equipping this super suit to. First of all, it's going to be equipped to Mario first. And then once we get to the volcano, we're going to slap that thing right on the Mallow, and Mallow's going to carry us through the rest of the game. Until the final boss.
I support it. Anything to make Mallow happy is fine, but
Yeah, these paratroopers give us another very important item coming up.
Yeah, it's like literally permanent to Mallow.
So this is as long as we can climb this mountain in under 10 seconds.
It's actually 11.
Oh yeah, 11.
You want to get like 10, like in between 10:01 and 11, or like 10:99, because it actually saves a text box. If you get under 10 seconds, you actually get an extra text box congratulating you on being super fast.
Or you can just do it in 6.
Yeah, but that's not fun. So purposely wait there to get, I think, yeah, you get the trooper medal now, right? Yeah, and then Bowser gets this.
Yeah, so the trooper medal gives Mallow a speed boost, and also at the start of every battle he gets a additional attack boost. The same way that Geno boost would work.
Yeah, the accessory just has like an innate like passive on it that just gives that person like a Geno attack boost.
Yeah, so we will never have to Geno boost Mallow again. He just already has it.
so is there no point in stacking both boosts?
They don't stack actually. So you can only have one attack and one defense boost, and they're the same no matter how you get them. Damn, Smilax here is it's a fight. A very, very scripted fight, how the route is written. But creating this script was very complicated.
Yeah, this fight probably went through the most like rewrites.
A lot of trial and error to make sure Smilax isn't able to do the very bad things that he is capable of doing.
Yeah, he has an attack called Petal Blast, which turns your entire party into mushrooms.
And mushrooms aren't able to really do anything.
But thankfully, we got good RNG.
He really sounds like a fun guy.
Can we get a new host? No, I'm just kidding.
Nope. Yes, with me and my pun.
Yeah, so we're on our way to the next area, Nimbus Land.
Platforming galore. You ever try to climb a vine in isometric view? Well, you're gonna experience this.
Yeah.
This is an experience, by the way.
Some of these jumps look awkward and are awkward.
You know what? In fact, Ice, I'm gonna issue a challenge to chat. Chat, if you get another $100 in donations in the next 10 minutes, I will make a pun every time I speak.
Oh no. All right, well, chat, you hurt them. Get those donations in, so I can facepalm every time, every time. But also donate because you want to donate to this wonderful cause.
Yeah, we've got got a sequence here of dialogue.
This is a weird place. I didn't know tadpoles lived in the sky.
Yeah, we're gonna meet Prince Mallow here in a second.
Oh, Prince Mallow.
Yeah, so this is Prince Mallow.
Yeah, he's a bird. And he oversees a bunch of frogs.
Yep. And Queen Valentina is just gonna go back inside her castle.
And our Mallow is going to be like, oh my god, there's another Mallow. Oh no.
Someone with the same name and he's a prince, that's really kind of just a coincidence, but...
Yeah.
So we're going to buy some gloves for Mario and Mallow here. Mostly just because I mentioned this a while ago, but Mallow's physical attack does matter for our triple attacks, particularly Star Riders. The damage increase is actually very important. Just the way it works out.
Yeah, for this particular instance, we buy the sticky gloves because we need... so we're actually going to be using a different triple attack. Shocking, I know. On one of the bosses in the volcano. We're going to be using... It's a triple attack between Bowser, Mallow, and Mario. It's called Clown Car Barrage. Or CCB. You know, if you're a speedrunner and you're in this game. And Mallow's physical attack matters for that. Because the way that we're going to set up the fight against the Axum Rangers, so every single time you take out one Axum Ranger, they complain to Axum Red about how they have like a headache, or they bit their tongue, or they broke their glasses. But if you take out all 5 Axum Rangers at the same time, you don't get any extra dialogue boxes, and that's what we're aiming for. One of my least favorite changes to the remake is this particular dialogue box coming up here. So if you played the original SMRPG, when Garo introduces the Mario statue to Valentina, he calls it a plumber's lament. And I think that was probably like the most perfect name for it. And in this game, it's called like something like of a lost brother, and it's just not as appealing. Like, I can't even remember what it's called. That's how In Search of a Lost Brother. There we go. It doesn't have the same kick to it. Like, a plumber's lament just sounds way better.
Yeah, we have another minigame here coming up shortly.
Gotta make sure we don't lose this one either.
Yeah, if you do succeed at this minigame, you get an item called the Feather, which gives a party member a speed boost when it's equipped. It's very useful.
Useful? Yeah. Useful. About as useful as Peach.
I mean, if you equip the Feather to Peach, that means she'd be able to attack faster.
Oh my goodness. Now you're cooking. Alright. Well. Now Dodo is gonna get fussed at. Or I'm sorry, Prince Mallow. My fault. Cat jams.
Yeah, so Prince Mallow here is gonna clean all the statues, as you can see. Cleaning the Valentina statues right now. Gonna clean the Mario statue.
Oh. I was jumping too many times, sorry. Sorry, I was too busy cat jamming.
That's fine. He probably just forgot the polishing stuff.
Oh no. Oh nuts.
Uh-oh, what happened?
Nothing. Now we just have to fight Dodo. Or Prince Mallow.
So birds are weak to fire. If you weren't aware.
I wasn't. Alright, well Dodo's down.
So yeah, it hit him with a few fireballs and a lightning bolt, and I guess he just gives up.
Honestly, mood. Alright, since we no longer need Bowser, Bowser is pretty much just obsolete to this run. He's gonna now start absorbing HP level ups. So the reason that we actually lose that minigame, it actually saves about like 20 or 30 seconds or so. Mainly because of like, there's a cutscene if you succeed that minigame, where the like the little red bird knights will actually like you run out of there with like the gold dust on you, like in the statue form, and you stand on one of the pedestals where like a statue goes, and the bird knights come in and they're like upset because Valentina's making them work hard, and so they take it out on a statue, and you just so happen to be the statue that they take it out on. But by losing the minigame, we no longer have the gold dust on us, and we're able to just skip that entire cutscene. Shoutouts to Birdo, by the way.
Yeah, remember to water your eggs.
Make sure the water has nutrients in it. Alright, so another instance where we're gonna purposely drop chain here. Just because we don't... getting the gauge up, like, cutscene is slow. And we want to avoid that. Hello, I'm Birdo. That's the entire dialogue box.
Short and sweet.
Yeah, she is born, and Mario just keeps punching her.
She also has a very cool dialogue whenever you defeat her. She's like, I'm never gonna let you go. You're just too cute. Which, honestly, true. Oh.
Oh, TAS only.
Oh, that was a special enemy there. Alright.
You can jump over that fan, but it's pretty tight.
Yeah, it's like a 2-pixel. It's pretty bad. Oh, there's a special enemy. Gotta run away. So these heavy troopers have 250 health. And oh, I just used Shocker. That's fine. Well, goodbye, you, in particular. So these things have 250 health. Special enemies have 750. And we don't want that. That's a lot of damage. They will flatten Mario, or Mallow, or Gino, whoever they decide they want to hit. They do take a second turn to charge, or to attack, but a special enemy is going to take more than 2 turns to take out.
Mm-hmm.
I love this dialogue part, like, in general, just because, like, you walk in and she's like, how did you know he wasn't the prince? And Mallow's like, anybody in a 10-mile radius could hear this conversation. And Valentina's like, well, if you're gonna be rude, I'm just simply gonna leave. And she just runs. Of course, Mallow trips.
Yeah, and this is one of the last power stars also. So
yeah, we have this one and Barrel Volcano left.
Yeah, trying to hit a specific number of enemies here.
Yeah, I forget how much this star is worth.
I think this one is 7.
Nice, bluebirds, thank you. Yeah, just walk on your head. Very specifically, we want that Mario level up there before we fight Valentina.
If I may just take a moment.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hey chat, remember, if you'd like to learn more about Little Warriors, you can always type in !info in chat. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for all your support. Thank you for your donations. And thank you for voting in the incentives to help affect our run.
Let's see. This is just that and that.
Yeah, so like with Croco a while ago, Valentina has an evasion stat.
Yeah. And it's especially terrifying on this fight because Mario does a lot of physical damage, and if Mario misses, it's an extra turn, and Valentina's fight is very slow.
Yep.
Also, you may have noticed we put the EXP booster on Peach. The reasoning for that, it's to combine level ups, so we lose a little bit less time on Peach's level up, so it combines it with somebody else's level up. Also, Valentina is Hey Arnold. She's got a big football head. Alright, please don't counter.
So 1v1, Mallow versus Mallow.
Alright, cool. I don't need the shocker there, they're just physical, but whatever. Assert dominance. Yeah, Dodo there has 400 health. It's especially terrifying for Mallow because Mallow has like 1 defense. Exactly what we want to see there. So we want to see single target hits here on somebody because we want Gino to stay alive because he gives us that attack boost.
Yep.
And when she does stuff like this and it almost one-shots Gino. Valentina has 2,000 health, so a lot to whittle down here. 5 turns of Mario is fine, but 5 turns of Mario is also very slow because Valentina gets 5 spell chances.
Yeah, so adding in a little bit of extra damage from Mallow and Gino.
Well, Gino's gone.
Oh. Yeah, you can see there that Mario lost about 80 damage from Gino going down, and that's all from the chain boost.
Well, goodbye, Mallow. But you could just see like the defensive stats of that super suit on Mario there, where like everybody's taking like 60 to 70 damage. Mario's taking like 3, 4. Yeah, the super suit is all powerful. All right. Well, they flew away. That's it. That's the end of the game. We can't save the prince or the king and the... Oh, never mind. The game continues. We can save the king and queen of Nimbus Land now.
With the Mallow-sized key.
It's gigantic. Mario knew in advance that it was going to get emotional, and we know when, you know, Mallow cries, it rains. So I love how prepared Mario is for these things. Alright, so we find out that Mallow is the prince of the frog people of the sky?
I guess so.
Also, the king here is like such a funny character. He's just like, oh my god, you're famous. Can I have an autograph? And the queen is like, stop it. You're gonna embarrass Mallow. And then like as you're introducing everybody, also Uppies. As you're introducing like everybody, he's just like, oh my god, you're famous too. Can I have an autograph? But then when it gets to Gino, he's just like, I'm Gino. And he's just like, okay, cool. Poor Gino never gets any love. We love Uppies. Alright. So, we're going to put this EXP booster back on Mario, and now Mallow is going to inherit the Super Suit. And Mallow is now going to be pretty much our Destructo power. And you'll see that on the upcoming boss here, the Tsar Dragon. That boss has 1,400 health, and Mallow two-shots him.
Yeah, Mallow does a little bit of damage.
Yeah, it's just a little bit. Not a lot. Nothing to scoff at.
Okay, if I take a moment to plug in Sentence?
Yep.
Hey everybody, as we get closer to our next run, please remember that for sticky business, we have 2 bid wars going. The first is for the pride flag sticker, where you can make chat gets to make either a lesbian, gay / MLM, asexual, non-binary, or intersex sticker. We also have the chat makes a sticker animal selection, where you can where the bid war is between bobcat, goose, unicorn, sheep, and butterfly. Personally, I suggest you get your votes in for bobcat, because who doesn't want a bobcat sticker?
I didn't get a mallow level up there. That's well concerning.
I mean, you could just take the stump it.
I usually do anyway for a marathon, just because it guarantees Smithy dies. Alright, so here's the destructive power of our pal Mallow here. So this encounter isn't unrunnable, but the enemy should be running. Because Mallow's just going to demolish them.
Fun fact: the amount of damage that Mallow does to the little rock beetles is a power of 2.
Okay, there we go.
Mallow cast control alt delete.
Alright, yeah, normally we don't take that encounter, just because we don't need the experience.
Yeah, you can do a jump around that stump it, but also it doesn't really lose much time to just fight it. And that was good RNG. Those spinies can just fall off and land right on you after the fight.
I'm so mad that they changed his name in this game. Cindertoad doesn't sound as cool as, Pino.
Quick, which one's the middle in his store?
Little movement tech there. Waiting just a smidge on that first donut block will allow you to just kind of like run and jump across with no issues. Oh, hello, Thunder. All right, Zar Dragon. We're gonna see Mallow here. Mallow is going to take this thing and suplex it like a train. Never seen that in a video game before.
Yeah, Fire Dragon, weak to ice, takes 788 damage.
Oh, of course, he water blasts.
Yeah, typical lava dragon uses water attack.
That is actually the worst attack he can do.
Yeah, primarily because the fight, I guess, isn't over.
Yeah. Zombone is next, which is basically like a dead version of the Zar Dragon. But Zombone has an attack called Boulder, and if he uses that, Mallow dies. And that's not cool.
Yeah, Zombone's weaknesses change from Zar Dragon. Zombone is weak to electric attacks instead of ice attacks. He's not counterattacking also, which is pretty nice.
Are we gonna get no attacks? Oh, I had to say something. There's an attack, counterattack.
Yeah, so he counterattacked Gino to attack Mario, and then he normal attacked Gino.
Alright. Well, that was a very good Zombone fight.
Yeah.
One counterattack is like very nice.
Yeah, he can counterattack every single time, so only getting one is rare.
Yeah. So coming up for the Axum Rangers fight here, this is the scariest block in the game. So we have, so Axum Black has a counterattack every single time you use a spell on him. Any magic attack you use on Axum Black, he will counter with Spritz Bomb. And the block for Spritz Bomb is uncomfortably close. You have to tap the action command literally like a frame or two before the bombs explode. and it's very uncomfortable. And if he targets Mallow, we're in trouble. Because the way that this fight is set up, and you'll see, this is what I call the not even close fight. And you'll see why. I won't spoil it. This is just know that this is called the not even close fight. Also,
this is also the Mario Underground.
But in a bigger cat jam.
Is it okay to jump in with a donation, y'all?
Yeah, got a little time.
So we did get a donation from Zokubun for $25 saying Happy Pride, thanks for some chill Mario RPG vibes to kick this month off right.
Yeah, thank you, Zoku. Yeah, happy Pride, everyone. All right. So we're going to start off this fight. Mallow is going to use Snowy, but we're actually not going to fully time the attack because we need very specific damage values here. So this is going to still maintain our chain, but we're actually only going to hit one diagonal on the the circle charge for Mallow Snowy. And like I was explaining before, we don't want to like take out any of the Axum Rangers like separately. We want to take out all 5 at the same time. All right. So this maintains our chain while doing an exact amount of damage that we want to do. And that's the scary attack. Fortunately, we don't get to see how cool Clown Car Barrage is, but just know it's going to take out all 5 of these.
Nice damage on pink.
Yeah. All right, so this is the not even close fight. So get ready for Breaker Beam. Breaker Beam is probably the most coolest attack in the game. It looks really cool. It's just a gigantic laser. And it leaves Mallow with 3 HP. Which is why we took that HP level up at the very last second there. And that is why I call it the not even close fight, because Mallow just wins this fight with 3 HP. It just wasn't even close.
Easy.
But yeah, Spritz Bomb, if Spritz Bomb targets Mallow, because we need Mallow to have full HP, if Spritz Bomb targets Mallow and we miss the block, the fight gets really scary. Because Breaker Beam will one-shot Mallow at that point.
Alright, I'm gonna give chat a bit of a warning here. So coming up in Bowser's Keep, we have 6 doors. 2 of them are what we call battle doors, and we will not be doing the battle doors. So feel free to guess the 2 doors that are the battle doors. For example, like doors 2 and 4, doors 1 and 5, etc.
What's your guess, Phantom?
2, 3.
2, 3. Okay, I'm skipping those doors. It's all falls.
Luckily, unlike in the original, once you enter a door in Bowser's Keep, you can actually just quit out of it and then just not go in it next time.
Yeah, in the SNES run, the Super Nintendo run, they actually RNG manipulate the battle doors. So they do like a full power cycle and everything to just kind of manipulate which 2 doors are fake. 1 and 4, okay. 1 and 3, okay. Like in the guesses.
My guess is 3 and 6.
3 and 6, okay. All right, well, I'm definitely skipping 3. I'm holding all y'all accountable, by the way.
Yeah.
However, you know what we don't want to skip?
Donations.
donations for and making stickers. Keep in mind, y'all, not only are we raising money for the Little Warriors Foundation, or Little Warriors of Canada, excuse me, but we're also in the first month of Pride. Don't you want to get your Pride sticker made? Donate and get your vote in on which Pride sticker we make.
Huge shout outs here to the Ooh Woo bus.
It really is an Ooh bus.
This is the Ooh Woo bus for all your uppies. So if you ride this bus, you have to uppies. See, look.
Cat, can we
uppies.
please get some oohs in Cat for Iceblue?
Yes, you are being held accountable. This is going to be on the exam at the end of the run.
Yeah. So this is Bowser's Keep.
You won't be able to unhear that. You're welcome.
These first few rooms actually have some pretty satisfying movement. Just because it's very consistent. And it's also fun to just avoid all the encounters.
Bowser
Especially
Smithy
especially
thought
this
he
room.
placed Smithy thought he placed these like enemies like strategically, but no, that Goomba just said, "I'm out of here." All right, let's see if you were right, chat. I'm skipping 3.
Alright, so door 4 is an action door. You get to do a lot of platforming in door 4 here. This room is like really weird to me in Remake. The ball rolling room. That second bomb just like feels like he's always gonna walk into you.
And then we have the most auto-scroller room in the game, other than the minecart.
Do grab the flower.
I grab it.
I mean, you lose, what, a quarter of a second maybe by grabbing it?
Yeah. Normally we don't grab that item there, the royal syrup. It was just in my way, so I grabbed it anyway. It's a nice backup to have for Smithy.
Yeah, royal syrup is a full FP refill if you decide you need it. No harm in not having it.
Okay.
Second action door.
I need to check something. Do I have... Because I don't think I ever used that extra rock candy.
No, I think you still have it. I remember seeing it on Shogun's.
Yeah, okay. So I don't need to pick up any rock candies. Yo, any Donkey Kong enjoyers?
Nope.
No?
I
Alright.
used to love Donkey Kong Racing.
Don't forget to grab this item.
If you grab the super slap there, you have to reset your run. It's literally in the rules. All right, door 1. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Door 1 was a battle door. Oh,
Oh,
door
1 and 5.
All right, everybody is safe. Nobody's being held accountable.
Yeah, so this block has 21 coins in it. Whoever takes the last coin loses.
Oh, I didn't want 16. What? I pressed... Okay, game. I got scammed there. I pressed the B button 3 times and it jumped 4. Essentially, whoever takes coin number 15 wins.
Yeah.
Okay to jump in with a quick reminder?
Yeah, it should be good.
Hey everybody, just remember, We are getting all donations in Canadian dollars. So if you are in the U.S., all you need to donate to do a $20 donation is $14.60. And if you're donating in British pounds, £1 is equal to $1.67 in Canada. So that costs you even less to get that $20 donation. So I believe in you. You can do it, Chad.
Here we find out that Mario has probably the strongest legs on the planet. He's kicking cannonballs.
No, they probably don't weigh that much.
I mean, do you hear how loud they are?
Hollow.
Alright, so we're not gonna not grab these because I do have the 2 rock candies here. Alright,
now we have a quiz.
What is it? Special items?
Items.
Oh, wrong button. Blue. Eggshell. Scarecrow.
Wait, I thought we signed up for gaming, not quizzes.
This is gaming. What is it?
Terrapin.
Yeah. I got some pretty bad questions. Jeez. We didn't get my favorite question though. Just super unfortunate. There's a question is like, what does a red essence do? And it's like one of the answers is, all right, hold on, 12, 15. One of the answers is it heals, like it relieves pain, and I'm just like, God, I need a red essence. Like I would.
So just
all right. Coolest part about this room here, the answer is 45. So the way that we count this room, as long as there are 8 barrels on the very far right side there, and 5 barrels in the front, you just take the answer 40 and add whatever's on top to it. So here we have 45. No counting required. And in this one, we have a memory game. We have to figure out who came in first, second, third, and fourth. Outdid Bone, so we have first place, second place, and fourth place.
okay to jump in with another donation?
Sure.
So we have a $15 donation from Tanner Anade saying, "Here for the wrong ? Guess. Have some money. And cute stickers. Putting that towards the unicorn sticker for the animal bid war. Are you Bobcat people, are you gonna let the unicorn win? I don't think we should let the unicorn win. Let's go Bobcat."
Yeah, well, thank you for the 15. Much appreciated. Alright, so now we're gonna show just how strong Mallow is, even without any attack level ups. And just how strong the super suit is.
Nice.
With a funny number.
Mallow clanging the cymbals together for 420 damage.
Oh. Alright. So we definitely want to avoid hitting turn 3 on Wizakoopa there. Turn 3, Wizakoopa will summon an enemy to stand in front of them. And we have to take out that enemy before we can actually attack Wizakoopa. Also the worst pun in the game there. The spell to spawn this infinite coin chest is called You Get What You Pay For.
Yeah, and this next boss fight is
the worst. This is the worst boss fight in the game. Absolute worst. Worse than Knife Guy, Great Guy. So all right, you see these candles here on these chandeliers. Each one of these candles counts as a sprite. So this fight is incredibly laggy because the Switch is a potato.
So if you're used to timing Shocker anywhere else in the game,
there it is. Yep. Mm-hmm.
It's different now for this fight.
Nice. I forgot that it takes 725 years to for Blast to activate.
Yeah, Blast is already impossible to block, so making it just that little bit slower makes it even harder.
Oh my goodness. Alright, we're gonna get a special guest blue boomer here. Oh my god. Yeah, just attack. I need to have a chain.
Yeah, so when Boomer is red, weak to magic. When Boomer is blue, weak to physical. But I mean, we've been hitting things physically the entire time.
Yeah, as you could see, my my chain was just all over the place there. Just that fight is just like everything is just like on like a 2-second delay. So like the timing for Shocker is like way later than it normally is. The timing for jump is later. Blocking, oh my goodness, blocking. So if he would have used his physical attacks while in Red Boomer, goodness. There's one attack called Skewer. It's like a 6-second attack, and like the block frame is like 4.8 seconds into it. It's like really awkward. But also, you just ever dance on a moving chandelier?
Hopefully, have your seatbelt on.
I can't say that I have, but it would be an interesting experience.
I wouldn't say try it sometime because it's kind of dangerous, and I don't want to put anybody in any kind of danger. But try it sometime.
So this is a big sword.
Yeah, this is Exor. He maintained his weakness from SNES, which is cool.
So now we're actually fighting the sword.
Oh,
no,
he's dead.
The sword's gone. So,
we're fighting the sword.
So the way that I was explained to like how that fight works, because every boss has an immunity to instant KO attacks. By removing the barrier on Exor's main part, that's like his HP, it actually removes the weakness to Geno Whirl. And that was kind of like an oversight on the Super Nintendo, and the devs for the remake were just like, let's keep it in. Why not? So, by taking out one of the eyes of Exor, it actually drops his barrier. That gives his, like, the hilt of his sword, like, invincibility. It drops that barrier by taking out one of the eyes, and it allows you to damage him. But when it drops that barrier, it also drops all his resistances. So we just use Geno Whirl, and Geno Whirl has a special on it, basically. If you time it right, it hits for 9,999. Also, this is the best track in the game. Oh. Yeah, I just get to hear it longer. I jumped too early there. This is like some of the most precision, like precise jumps in the game. Alright, we're gonna skip this Ultra Hammer because it's useless. And we're gonna fight
just like in other games.
And then we're gonna fight our favorite boss here, Countdown.
I don't know if I'd say an alarm clock is my favorite thing.
Yeah, you know what? Fair. Where is it? There it is, Rock Candy. Please don't freebie.
Yeah, so at this point in the game, Gino is mostly just an item use bot.
Yeah. He's an item bot, and he's also a Geno boost bot.
And that was a really good countdown.
Yeah, we got double physical attacks from the Ringalings, or whatever their names are.
The dingalings. Ringadings.
Ringadings, dingadings, ding-dings, ring-rings, banana phone.
Yeah, and you get to see all the bosses we fought through the entire game, basically. And you could fight them again.
Yeah, but why would I want to?
You could get experience.
I'm already experiencing this game, though. That is a machine... Oh. Machine-made bowyer skip. Yeah, we'll just wait for it.
Okay to jump in with some info, Ice?
Yeah.
Hey everybody, I just wanted to share another program that Little Warriors offers. The Bridge Community online programs are self-directed, interactive education for children ages 8 to 12 and youth ages 13 to 17 on a broad variety of topics, including boundaries, consent, self-care, and overall health and well-being. I think that's amazing because when you're educated, you're better able to protect yourself, and so you're in a position to empower yourself, and that's what we're helping support.
All right. We have Cloaker and Domino here. And the way that this fight works is whichever one you take out first, they are going to back off and go and join their giant snake counterpart. Domino's snake has less HP and is weak to physical attacks, and Cloaker's snake has a lot more HP. So you're looking at, like, Cloaker's snake HP is 2,500 versus... I'm just like trying to not say anything so I can block. It has 2,500 HP versus Domino's 1,500 HP. And we want to basically fight the one that has lower HP.
Yeah, and Star Riders here is going to do most of the damage.
Yeah, Star Riders, this thing is weak to physical attacks, so Star Riders just destroys this thing.
Mario.
Mario's a little sleepy. I'm tired. I mean, you ever let him sit idle for an SM64?
Alright, Mallow is now level 16. And going to be doing all of the damage to all of these next 3 fights.
All of the Shovel Knights.
This is upper management of the factory. So we're making our way through the chain of management up to Smithy himself.
I mean, if you ever get frustrated, just remember, you just have to beat up the entire management team. Starting with the clerk, up into the manager, and then you gotta go fight the director of the company.
Yep. And then a tank.
Yeah, then a tank. God, it sounds like a Metal Gear show. Alright, so the reason that we didn't want a rock candy freebie there, because we have 3 rock candies, and that's actually the maximum amount of rock candies you can have on normal mode. If you get anything higher than the maximum, it actually triggers like a small little thing that says, oh, we're going to deposit this item in the storage box at your house. Well, Toad gives us a rock candy there. So if we have 3, we get to experience that wonderful little, hey, there's a rock candy at your house now. Goodbye. All right, here we have Shovel Knight. Shovel Knight with 3 hammers. Bad damage roll. Decent damage roll, okay. If we get bad damage rolls, if we get bad damage rolls on Mario there, we have to attack with Geno, just a little bit slower. Yeah, you can go ahead now.
Not a problem. Sorry about that. So, we're just going to see if it's a good time to hop in with some incentive update.
Yeah, go ahead. Got a little bit of time before the final boss.
Excellent. Keep in mind, everyone, as we approach the end of our run, that means we're getting closer to the start of sticky business, which means you're running out of time to get your votes in. Right now, for the Make a Sticker animal, Unicorn is winning with $15, and Make a Sticker Pride flag, Asexual is winning with $25. Get your bids in, help make the stickers, and let's raise money for the kid.
Yeah, so Peach here put the director to sleep, and sleeping enemies actually don't wake up to magic attacks, so we can hit him with as many lightning bolts, we can jump on him. He won't wake up to that. Which means we just kind of...
there where I lost chain and it didn't actually show that I lost chain.
Huh. But the director, notably, every time he's hit while he's awake, he will counterattack.
Yeah, it's 100% counter rate. And if the director's awake, after turn 1, he will Vigor and Valor up, which raises his attack and his defense.
Yep. Makes for a very slow fight. Luckily, Peach is able to put enemies to sleep.
Yep, it's the only instance of Peach we'll ever see. Unless we pull her in for backup during Smithy.
Including tanks, by the way.
Yeah, tank's sleeping.
Yeah, this is the last fight before Smithy, and then we have a 2-phase final boss fight here coming up. Smithy 1 has 2,000 HP.
One final level up here for Mario and Geno. This is the safety route, basically. The first phase of Smithy 1 actually has a very precise damage hits. And depending on what Smithy does on turn 2 at level 14, if he Meteor Swarms and takes out Mallow and Geno, you actually have to swap in Bowser to do, you know, the rest of the damage. But if you go level 15, you ain't gotta worry about that, because you have just enough attack power just to take him out in turn 1 anyway. Alright, so we have some of the best, if not the best boss theme in the game coming up here with Smithy 1. I actually prefer Smithy 1 over Smithy 2. It's chef's kiss. Also, you ever just jump out of a lava pool and just float to the sky?
All the time, let me tell you.
Just Bing. Whee. Also, the coolest like boss, like final boss intro here is. So he's gonna counter, or he's gonna attack with Sledge here. This is like a static attack that he does on turn 1.
Yeah, it does a lot of damage, which is why the turn 2, what he decides to do, is very important.
540 is very low, but we're fine. He physical attacked. So unfortunately, there's really just no way of skipping the animation of that happening. But Smithy 1 is down. Smithy 2 is pray that he doesn't turn into safe head.
Yeah, so because we ended on Mario's turn there, Smithy 2 actually doesn't do anything until your party has had a full set of turns. So our first wave of turns here is going to be Mallow and Gino attacking, and then Smithy 2 says, Mario didn't attack yet, let them all go again. So we get 5 attacks before Smithy does anything,
which is really nice because it sets up. So like we don't know like the exact like how it works in the remake yet. We know how it works in SNES, and we're just assuming that it works the same. But Smithy has a chance to change, heads in the middle of the fight depending on his remaining HP. He will always go tank head first, but then after that, depending on his max 8 or his current HP, is what head he'll turn into.
Yeah, so Smithy 2 here has 8,000 HP total, and before he does anything, we get a good 1,000 something HP damage in. And Tank Head here is also weak to lightning. Just happens to be Mallow's signature move.
Alright, just don't mistime this block.
Yeah. It is entirely possible he never leaves Tank Head. Unlikely, but
that's what you
could
want.
happen. Yeah.
Okay, we like this.
Yeah, between Mario and Mallow, you're getting in about 1,000 damage every turn, which for someone that has 8,000 HP, it adds up pretty quickly.
All right, this is actually concerning. He might go chest or safe head here because he spent that extra turn in tank. Which, okay, this is fine.
Yeah. So, yeah, chest is weak to fire. So Mario gets in a lot of damage.
Flashing lights warning here coming up on this boss. This boss does have a pretty violent flashing attack. Well, that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
What is he going now?
Yeah. At this low HP, his transformation is going to be random. So we'll see what happens.
All right. Cool. and turn 1 Shredder. God.
So Shredder removes all buffs on the party, including things like Mallow's Trooper Metal boost, things like Geno boosts. All of that is erased by Shredder, which is why this transformation is the one we don't want to see.
Unfortunate. Unfortnite.
He can also heal, but he's dead.
Timing is going to be on the fade out of the final dialogue box coming up from Gino after the star cutscene. But yeah, that was 52. Not the greatest RNG, but we got enough damage in on phase 1 and 2 before he went to chest and safe head. Never even saw the dangerous head, mage head.
Yeah, that's usually the one you do see.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, I got a final star cutscene here. Then we got a couple of dialogue boxes from Gino. And then we have a fade out, and that'll be time.
Okay, wonderful. So what that tells me is, hey, that you're getting close to the closing of the sticker incentives. Make sure you get your votes in. Don't want to miss out.
Okay, coming up here. We have 2 dialogues from Gino, and then time. And time.
GG.
GG. The run other than super jumps went fine. What was my time?
I don't have the stream up, so I can't really.
It felt like it was a good run.
Yeah.
And that's what matters. But unfortunately, Gino turns back into a doll, which is very sad. 2:40:24. That's not a bad time for a marathon.
Yeah, that is a very good time.
I think my PB is like a 2:39, I want to say. What's my PB? I don't remember my own PB. Yeah, my PB is a 2:39:03. So getting within like a minute and a half of my PB and a marathon run, yeah, that's I'll take that any day.
I would just like to point out that I called it that Gino was not a real boy.
Yeah,
He's a doll all along.
my favorite part, so like I guess they didn't update the dialogue part, like when you get into Weapon World, Smithy's World. In the original, Bowser threatens Gino and he's like, hey, he's like, watch your mouth or I'm gonna rip your stuffing out. Because Gino was actually physically a doll in that game. And this one, he's actually like a wooden doll. So Bowser still says, I'm gonna rip your stuffing out, but it's like, he's made out of wood. What stuffing are you gonna rip out?
That's definitely a good question. But this has been an interesting experience of a game because it's an art. I could see this as a Mario game I would actually finish.
It's a fantastic game. I definitely recommend anybody and everybody play this game if you haven't. This remake is like incredibly faithful to the original. And it's just it's really good. Also, you know, we have a community of folks that have spent countless days. Shout outs to all the people who created the route for this. There was like 10 of us like editing this Google Doc, and sometimes like people would just be routing all day, and like we'd be in mid-run and like the Google Doc would start shifting up and down because people were backspacing stuff and like changing routes and stuff, and we're like I had an instance where JP was like routing stuff mid-run. I was doing a run, and JP comes into my chat and is like, he's like, oh crap. He's like, this is what you got to do for this boss now. It's faster. And I'm just like, uh-oh, okay.
That is one thing I do absolutely love about the speedrunning community as somebody new to it, is I'm seeing every time speedruns start people just come together and start figuring everything out bit by bit and sharing the information instead of hoarding it.
Yeah. No, yeah, the SMRPG community's been pretty good about that. Like everybody's just like really chill. And we have Pidge. Shout outs to Pidge for basically like creating like a repository of like everything. Like she hosts a site that has so much information on it for both Super Nintendo and the Switch version. And a big community effort. Like we have like small little clips of every single attack in the game, and it shows you your half block timing and your perfect block timings. And it's a great help. It's a great like resource for learning the speed run. And it's wonderful. And then big shout outs to like, you know, Void for like just kind of like pioneering this route and like pushing it to like where it is now. Void is the current record holder, who will also be running this at SGDQ. You may see a guest appearance from me on the couch. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, no, the couch is going to be stacked. The run is going to be stacked, and it is the finale for SGDQ, and it's going to be super sick. But also, we get this wonderful retro credits roll. Which, when I first played this game and I saw this credits roll, I started crying. It was over. Like, I love this game so much, like, and just like seeing this, it brought tears to my eyes. I think I actually cried like twice during the credits. But yeah, keep those donations rolling in for this charity, this wonderful cause. Thank y'all for everything, and thank y'all for hosting this, and thank y'all for, you know, allowing me to showcase this game. I do appreciate it. I don't know if y'all want to watch the credits out, but
we have time. We can watch the credits out.
I'm totally down. The credits are fantastic.
So, we did get another $5 donation from Anonymous saying, "Thanks for such a great event helping out children."
Yeah, big shout outs. Big shout outs.
Because at the end of the day, that's what we're here for. That's what we're all about. We're using the things we've practiced and got ourselves good at, and have fun with to help kids and families. And I think that's an amazing thing. It really is.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I love this game. It's so good.
The credits are very, very chill. It's very, very colorful and vibrant.
And it's standard Mario like RPG style credits. Because like even in Paper Mario, there's a parade at the end for the credits. And there's a parade on this one. I don't know if TTYD does a parade.
No, it doesn't.
It's a fake game.
TTYD credits are a screenshot reel.
Oh, fake. Not even a real video game at this point.
So while we go through our credits, if you don't mind, where can everybody find you on the internet? What do you do? What's your whole thing?
So I'm on twitch.tv/Iceblue. That is my primary channel. I sometimes stream on my alt when I'm not feeling great enough to, you know, put on a public face. I stream anything, like literally anything and everything. Right now I'm playing La Mulana 2 completely blind, and I'm struggling to finish La Mulana 2 because I want to play TTYD Remake, and I have told myself I can't play it until I finish La Mulana 2. I also speedrun, like one of my main speedruns besides this is Zelda 2, The Adventures of Link on the regular NES. I also do Zelda 1, oh, by the way, there's a screen move here, which is really sick. And now we get Remake credits. But yeah, I speedrun Zelda games. I play an astronomical amount of randomizers. If it's a randomizer, I probably will play it at some point. And then, yeah, commentator Phantom. You can find them at twitch.tv/Phantom5800. They do a lot of randos, speed runs as well. You know, whatever they feel like sometimes. Very chill, very relaxing. I lurk a lot and I hang out a lot in their chat. I also kind of bullied them into going to GDQ, and now they're just like, nah, I gotta go to GDQ now.
Anything you'd like to add on there, Fan?
That kind of just covers it. I do a lot of Twilight Princess and Paper Mario stuff, and I'll be, as part of a challenge this year, I'm speedrunning a different game every month, learning from basically the ground up. And starting in June, I'll be running Shadow the Hedgehog, as voted on by my community.
Oh no. This cutscene also made me tear up and cry. Like, Mallow just runs in and like trips and drops the Geno doll, and I was just like, it's so... This remake was so
Mallow
good.
is best.
Mallow is best boy.
Everybody
fact.
just hanging out and enjoying the scene together. That's pretty cool.
Yep. So fun fact, the fireworks here, or it might be before. No, this one right here. The fireworks here, depending, so there's an NPC in the game in Moleville that sells you fireworks for 500 coins. And depending on how many you buy, if you buy, I think it's like 1 or 2, it's a mushroom. Or 0 to 2, it's a mushroom. If you buy 3 or 4, it's a fire flower. And if you buy 5 or more, you get a star. It's a nice little cool little tidbit about that. And also, shout outs to the SMRPG community. You always have to end the video game on the D. That is actually like JRTA timing for Super Nintendo. But yeah, thank y'all for letting me showcase this. I had a lot of fun. I love this game. If you haven't played it, please play it. Take the time. It's an incredible experience. You don't need the super suit. The super suit just makes things pretty trivial. But if you want to challenge yourself, 100 super jumps. It's only 85 3-frame taps. All right, it's 85 3-frame taps. That's like, it's easy if you think about it. But yeah, thank y'all for having me. I appreciate it. If you want to see more content, you want to come watch me beat myself against the wall with La Milana 2, come check us out. I'd love to have y'all around. I'll be probably, I don't know when I'll be streaming again. I'm still recovering from wisdom teeth surgery. That's been an experience of all experiences.
Nope, now it's time for you to rest. You've earned it. You did your part for the kids. Go get some rest. We will be back momentarily. We're going to go get set up for the new game. Thank you guys, thank you both for participating, and thank you for helping the kids.
And if you're going to SGDQ, if you're going to SGDQ, I'll see you there.